difficulties. New year,
It
new
don't
me.
matter. We
Yeah, it
still
don't matter.
moving, no
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
what. We
yeah,
keeping it
yeah,
moving.
yeah. We're doing the best we can. We're literally doing the best we can. But welcome to another episode of Where's the Remote? I am your host, Steven, and I'm joined here by my lovely dancing co-host, Régine. How you doing, friend?
I'm doing great. I'm doing the best I can, like we've been saying. Doing the best
That's the
I
phrase of the
can.
year. That is the
So we just
phrase
trying
of
to
the
dance it
year.
out. Just trying to dance it out.
Listen, man, we got so much going on, so much to discuss,
Yes.
so much to
So
do.
much I watched so much TV. I was literally going, I think by the time I got to His and Hers, I was like, wow, I love this shit. I'm doing my favorite thing. Watching
I'm living my truth.
Literally.
I'm living my truth. You know,
Literally.
that's like, it's crazy how life will do that to you sometimes, because
Yeah.
that's the exact feeling I used to have when I podcast previously. Like
Yeah.
I would, back then we would record on Sundays and then I had to be back at work on Monday. This is
Yeah.
before the pandemic. And
Yeah.
I'll be like sitting at my desk and it's like, I don't want to do this shit,
Yeah.
yo. Like I was having fun with my friends. Like I don't want to be here at work. Like
Yeah.
I was living my truth then. Now I'm living a lie.
This is not me.
Yeah. But we here now. We got much to cover. So
Yes,
no more short stories. You mentioned His and Hers, but this week we're going to cover, well, I guess I should give a synopsis of the rundown for the week. We're
Yes.
covering in this episode, we're covering the Pitt. We're also covering all 6 episodes of His and Hers. Then obviously for our Rewind and Analyze series, we'll be covering episodes 3 and 4 of True Blood. And then I guess to let everybody else know, we'll be covering Hijack Season 2. We'll be covering A Night of the Seven Kingdoms that I believe comes out this weekend. We also have Cross, which comes back next month.
Yes.
And I feel like there's something else
There are a lot of things coming back.
Yeah, and I feel like there's something else that we're going to cover that comes up soon. But we're going to be busy. We are going to be busy. So
watch TV and talk
yes.
about it.
Yes. So we'll start off with the Pitt since,
Okay.
won't be that much, hopefully.
No.
So the Pitt, before we even do that,
Okay.
because I'm the one who kind of like put the battery in your back to watch the Pitt.
Yes.
So what were your thoughts going into it? What were your thoughts as you watched? What is your relationship, I guess, with medical dramas that aren't Grey's Anatomy? I mean, that's fine. And like, so.
Okay, so so going into the Pitt, so yeah, you're the person that was like, you have to watch it. A lot of people have told me that, but you definitely was like, yeah, you have to watch the Pitt. It's so good. It's like one of the best shows out. So I'm like, okay, cool. But a lot of people were comparing it to Grey's Anatomy, which I am a Grey's fanatic. Yes, people were like, it's better than Grey's, and I am a Grey's fanatic.
2 different shows.
It is. I've been watching Grey's for years. I even did a rewatch before. Like, that's how locked in me and Grey's are. So when I got into the Pitt and started watching it, I was literally like, this ain't Grey's Anatomy. Because in Grey's Anatomy, you get backstories of
Grey's Anatomy is very dramatized.
Yes, it's like you're getting the hospital and you're getting outside the hospital. So watching the Pitt, I'm like, I'm only getting hour shifts every episode. Like I'm only getting what happens in a day, where on Grey's, I'm getting what happens in a week or a month or whatever in seasons.
Yeah.
So after watching, I binged the first season. So after I did that and going into this season, honestly, I was like, I didn't know what to expect, because at the end of, last season, it's like it ended off of like that big tragedy, the mass shooting, Robbie's stepson. I don't know what to call him. Stepson. He was a son to him. It was like his girlfriend's son.
Yeah, like his ex.
Yeah, it was
Low
like his
key,
son.
a lot of messy shit going on.
Yeah. So it was like that. And honestly, the Pitt starts kind of slow too as well, because yes, you're in an emergency room, you're ER, but to my point of Grey's, you're not getting backstories of these doctors. You're just getting these doctors in their day-to-days. So I was literally like, okay, where are we going with this show? So wrapping it all up the season until that they fulfilled their mass shooting. They saved lives and did not save lives too as well. And then at the end, they crank open some beers and keep moving, which I thought was interesting. So I was hoping they would start off season 2 cracking up with some beers, and what happened after I was hoping I would get some backstory, and that's not what I got in episode 1. So it's still cool though. It's still cool.
Yeah, for me, I never cared about medical dramas. I watched like the first. See, okay, Grey's is a medical drama, but I also feel like Grey's is like, and I mean this in the nicest way possible.
Okay.
Grey's is like
Yeah.
prestige soap opera.
It
Like
is.
it's a lot of soap opera plot lines, but it's also like not done in like a cheesy way. To
No, it is.
depending
I
on the
call
story.
I literally call Grey's now that it's like, how many seasons in, I call it my stories now. Like, I feel like I'm watching the story, so I agree with
Right.
that.
Yeah. So it's like prestige soap opera drama. And so something in me told me to go back and watch ER because I remember
Mhm.
like ER being
Was
like
really big.
was really,
Yeah,
really big and I never watched it. And I
yeah,
watched like the first few seasons and I was like, oh, okay, this is like cool. This is interesting. Also,
yeah.
there's some wild shit that happens in that show. Cause like
Okay.
George Clooney sleeps with a fucking prostitute and she ends up dying and he doesn't get in trouble, which is crazy.
While he
Like
was
that.
fucking me?
No, I think she overdosed on drugs
Oh, okay, I was
while
about
he
to
was
say,
asleep.
wow. Oh, okay, I was about
Yeah,
to say.
yeah, and then
Why he
he didn't drop her off at a different hospital. He dropped her off at the hospital that he works at,
Of course he did.
and nothing happened. White privilege. Anyways, so I was like, "Oh, okay, ER is cool." And then I
Yeah.
heard about The Pit coming out, and obviously Noah Wiley, who's the main character in The Pit, was also like that was
Mhm.
his big break on ER for like
Oh, okay.
I think he was on there for like 10 seasons or whatever.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, so he's
That's
like
cute. I
and
like
he's
that.
like a day one, if I'm not mistaken, from ER. So I
Oh,
was like, "Oh,
I like that crossover. That's cute. I like
yeah,"
that.
and I'm like, "It's him," and I think it's like some of the same writers or the same creative ER,
Oh,
so I'm like,
hey.
"Oh, okay," like, I'm tapped in. I wanna
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
And, me, this is I've been speaking a lot about, neurodivergency recently with friends, and I
Okay.
feel like
You're on the spectrum.
my neurodivergency is like, I like details. I like how
Yeah,
things work, and The
yeah.
Pit is that type of show of like,
It is.
you're not just gonna get like, maybe in some grades or even ER to a certain extent of like, they'll tell you certain things, but it's kind of like base level. Like, no,
Yeah.
The Pit, they're going to use the exact verbiage. They're using it as doctors would use it. And like, you're seeing the actual materials that they would use, how they would actually perform it on you if you was in a hospital and things of that nature. And coincidentally, and there's this guy called Dr. Mike who is, I guess, somewhat popular on YouTube, but he'll go back and rewatch the episodes and he'll confirm like whether what they did on the show is accurate to how you would actually perform
Oh,
in an
wow.
ER. And I'm like, and I think it's like basically like 98.9% accurate based off of what they do. So I'm
Okay.
intrigued with that point. And like, yeah, you have like the little storylines and like how they, mesh with one another, but that
Yeah,
mass casualty event was like nuts because you don't normally see that on TV. You never think about it from the standpoint of when you see it on the news.
yeah.
You only think about like, damn, this is a very sad and unfortunate situation. But like, we don't think about how hospitals actually
Or
have to.
impacted. Well, Grey's Anatomy has a lot of those.
This is true. But also like they be wilding.
They
They be
do.
doing too much
They
because
do.
the whole I need to find that clip of like this dude was on a podcast and he was like Grey's Anatomy is basically anime for women. Like it just keeps going
Okay.
it just keeps going on and like the storylines and scenarios be absolutely nuts because I think he was with his girl and his girlfriend made him watch an episode and like
Yeah.
it was the episode where somebody had like a bazooka stuck in their chest or some shit like
The
that.
bomb.
Yeah, like a bomb stuck in their chest, and so the bomb squad guy well, they remove it, bomb squad guy who Meredith is, like, low-key falling in love with,
Yeah.
he's walking out of
And
the
that shit
room with
explode
the
on his
bomb, and
ass.
this shit exploded, and it's like, "What are we doing?" Like,
Yeah.
it's
For
ridiculous,
TV.
but, it
Shock
is what it is.
value.
It is what it is. But yeah, so I was really excited for season 2.
Yeah.
The only thing I knew was that season 2 is supposed to be set in, July 4th. So,
Oh, okay.
obviously,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought
we
that was
we
very interesting, actually. I love
we
that, actually.
we gonna see motherfuckers with
Man, 4th of
appendages.
July, bruh, that is a perfect holiday to have the 2nd season on because first off, any holiday in America is ridiculous.
Basically. Yes.
It's always something going on. That's why the police be out all the time, so watch yourself if you're out.
Mhm.
That's why, like, it's always like, holidays low-key give me anxiety because I know it's the height of just things going wrong on those days, but this is a perfect day to be in the ER because we just don't
Well,
know.
perfect for us, not
Yeah,
perfect for
as
them.
viewers, as yeah,
As you
as viewers, yes, absolutely.
'cause
But
some
yeah,
shit was happening.
as a writer, perfect day to get in there. So yeah.
So in the season 2 premiere of The Pit, titled 7 a.m., the staff of Pittsburgh Trauma Medical Center (PTMC) faces the onset of a chaotic 4th of July shift, picking up 10 months after the season 1 finale. Dr. Robbie arrives at the hospital for his final shift before a planned 3-month sabbatical, only to find himself immediately clashing with his temporary replacement. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but I'm going to just call her Dr. Baran, whose rigid and tech-driven approach contrasts sharply with his own. The episode
Mhm.
balances the return of Dr. Frank Langdon, who is seeking redemption after a
Mm,
stint in rehab, with
mm,
high-stakes medical cases ranging from a dramatic open-chest heart massage on a John Doe to the discovery of an abandoned baby in the waiting room bathroom. As the ER fills with holiday-related injuries and familiar faces, navigate new personal dynamics, the premiere sets a tense yet slightly more hopeful tone for the long holiday weekend ahead.
mhm.
What were your immediate thoughts, friend?
My immediate thoughts after watching this first episode was kinda how I felt about the first half of season 1. It's like, it's just 7 a.m. Nothing's really happening. You're getting little bits of you're just getting like drop, move on to the next patient, drop, moving on to
Mhm.
the next patient. Like you're not getting like what we're going to be expecting in this season. I feel like with the pit, they literally give you a chronological timeline of everything, which I enjoy because as a person, maybe I'm neurodivergent too. I love things straightforward. You just say you agree with that?
I agree. I feel like everybody is neurodivergent. Somewhere everybody lands somewhere on the spectrum and we all have ADHD.
Okay, anyways. So I love I love things being very chronological where I can see the buildup of everything.
Mhm.
So right now, nothing's really going on. We have like the elderly, the old man that came in and they was like that's like a thing for them. We're like in the mornings, old elderly people come in because they do like bed checks. And
Right.
so you might have someone who maybe has passed away, maybe has had a heart condition or something that happened. So I do like that. I do love the nurse. I don't know what her name is. The nurse that was supposed to quit last season.
She's hands down my favorite character.
I'm so happy she's back. Like, I'm
Hands down my favorite
so
character.
happy she's back. And then also they're talking about Dr. Robbie is going to have a sabbatical. I don't believe that. I don't believe that because Dr. Robbie should have had a sabbatical after that man died. He was having a panic attack last season. He immediately after that, he should have been gone, but he
Ugh.
didn't leave. So I don't believe that. I don't believe sabbatical will be happening.
Mm.
Um, I love that Dr. Mel I like Dr. Mel King. She's so quirky, and
Oh, I
she's
love Yo, do you know who her father is?
no,
Bryan Cranston.
you know, I don't know the white people.
Breaking Bad.
I know faces,
Breaking
Brian.
Bad. Walter White. That's her dad. I just found that out. And I was like, it makes sense why you so good at playing neurodivergent because that is a crazy ass talent. Like she is so talented at displaying how she's, on the spectrum. And it's
Oh,
like, it makes sense because your father is like one of the greatest actors ever.
wow.
Because I think I came across like an article of like somebody was interviewing Bryan Cranston. He's like, what pointers do you give your daughter or whatever? He's like, I don't really have to give her pointers. Like she has to go out there and like kind of learn. If she really wants to like ask
Di
me something, she could go ahead and do so. But like she
wow.
gotta learn. Like I was blown away when I was like, wait, that's her dad? And it makes sense. Like
That's crazy. I love
some of
her
these some
character.
of these Nepo babies really be having
Let me put it
talent.
in work. Let me put it in that
Some of
work.
them be really be
You
having
know what?
talent.
When you have seen like, this is sorry, sidebar. We're gonna be here for a while. But like when you've seen greatness are you there? Okay. Steven, you had
Yes.
left. Okay. When you've seen greatness before, you know what the standard looks like. And if you want to be as great as your parent, you know where you need to go. Some people
Mhm.
don't do that. Like some people just like they want it to be given to them. But some kids, which I love, that like they're gonna work for it just as much as their parent did, and I love to see that. So, wow, love that because I love her character.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
go ahead. What was your thoughts?
No,
You wanna go
I
now?
thought honestly, I think I enjoyed this premiere more
Yeah,
than the premiere from season 1, because
yeah,
obviously the premiere from season 1 is, Dr. Robbie finding Dr. Abbott about to kill himself or unalive himself
uh,
on the, roof. But I think this one is like, okay, some time has passed on. You could tell, like, our second and, first year people are now more experienced and are
yeah.
exhibiting more confidence. Obviously, Mel got some shit going on, but that's Mel per usual. Um, all it just reminded me watching it was like, yo, I could never be a doctor, bro.
Man,
It's
what? I used to wanna
cause
be a doctor. I can't believe that crazy shit.
cause it's like, cause it's 7 a.m. and the ER is packed. There's mad shit going on. And
Yeah,
like, there's just a lot. There's just a lot going on.
yeah,
Um, Again, I agree with you. Although I love all the nurses, I
yeah,
obviously have a special place for I forget her name, but I have a special place for the head nurse. Like
yeah,
she exhibits the kind of coworker that you would ideally want to have. Like
yeah,
don't get too high, don't get too low. Like
yeah,
everything's a fucking joke, but like still good at their job. And like
yeah,
I appreciate her. I appreciate how sassy she is. And I appreciate
yeah.
how sassy all the nurses are. And I also find it interesting and funny, and I like how a lot of the patients are like borderline commentary on like people that you experience in real life. Of like
Mm,
they may have particular stances from a religious perspective or
mhm.
like, the misinformation that's out there. But at the end of the
Mhm.
day, it's like, listen to the fucking professional. Like, just
Oh my god.
you're here for a reason.
Like,
So
they have education, like, they have years of education, come on now.
yeah, yeah, and it just shows, like, the level of ridiculousness that people will have from, time to time.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to remember what this note is about. She took out all the meds, he did. Oh, I think it was one of the patients. I think it was Dr. Robbie. He went in for to one of the rooms that they were trying to hand off the patient to, and then she was one of those like, oh, I know better than the doctor. So it's like,
Uh-huh,
oh, I need this medication and I need
uh-huh.
this and I need this. And then he literally just came in, saw her bugging out, and then walked right the fuck out. Didn't say a word. Did
I don't got time
it?
for that. We don't have
Yeah.
time for that.
It's like it's 7 o'clock. Like it's 7 o'clock.
I
I
just
don't have
got
the
here.
energy.
Right.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
Um, Even though she's annoying, the actress that plays, Dr. Baran is
Oh, then is
she's
that the new one?
yeah, the new one. That's,
Yeah,
she
I'm interested to see her character development this, season because the way Dr. Robbie because we've seen how Dr. Robbie teaches, like, he lets them figure it out because in the ER, that's basically what you're doing, like,
right.
things are happening, you gotta try it all to see if you gonna keep this person alive or not, and how she's just, like, very and also she comes from, like, a VA background too as well, so it's like he was like, "Y'all don't are y'all getting these type of things at the VA? Because you're not like, you're getting very specific things at the VA. So you're trying to take at the VA where things are very slow paced. Patients aren't really getting seen because we all know people that went to the VA. They're getting the bare minimum treatment at the VA. So you're trying to take your learning at the VA and put it into this ER where you
More
don't know
fast
what's gonna
paced.
happen. Yeah,
Right.
like, very fast paced, that patients are keep coming in. You always see the waiting room is always packed out there.
Mhm.
Like, you just can't use those same tactics for this.
Yeah, yeah. She's annoying as hell, but the actress is gorgeous. Um,
Okay.
hey, it was just something, and because I think I've read somewhere that they might be trying to build a romantic relationship with Dr. Robbie in general. So my
Oh.
assumption is her.
Uh,
My
ever
assumption is her.
ever since, so I don't remember what I was watching, but ever since I seen that, like, every movie, every TV series has a love interest, like, that every time I see it, I just be like, like, sometimes we don't need it, like,
Listen, man,
sometimes
the
you
tropes
can
be
have it.
troping. The tropes be troping. This is
Oh my
this is
god.
how, um, you know, as someone who works in or used to work in marketing, like,
Yeah,
people these executives and people in positions of power always wanna try to cater to everybody, like, make it digestible for
yeah,
everyone versus, like, no, if certain people could be alienated by it, fuck it, like, it's just not for them, but
yeah,
that's not how media works in that way.
I guess.
Um, and then our favorite nurse, I have her written down here, is, Nurse Dana, Charge Nurse
Okay,
Dana. She
okay. Yeah,
love that woman. Love that woman. I'm still in awe of, like, the attention to detail that they use in the show and, like, all the procedures is, like, mind-blowing that they're able to, like, replicate that. Like, they literally had, like, a beating heart, like, on its own. Like, that's nuts to me.
yeah.
Um, my question to you is, do you feel like Robbie is being an asshole to Langdon? Because they had their
You're
little
right.
beef in or issue. It wasn't really a beef because you were stealing,
No, my
medicine.
friend.
Yes, Frank.
Yeah.
And they had the argument towards
He
the
did not
end
wanna talk
of
to that
the
man. He ran away he said he see them
Yes,
oh, no.
he do not like him at all. But also, like, he told them when they were having the conversation in season 1, like, "Go to rehab, then
Yeah,
you're gonna be on probation for, like, 3 to 5 years," which is fucking nuts. But
yeah.
like, whatever. But he did it. He went to rehab and he's back. So it's like, why are you still being a dickhead?
I feel like, because he's good at what he does, you know, like, when you're good at what you do, sometimes people have standards for yourself, and I feel like Robbie 100% has standards for himself because he has to, and if you see somebody who's like a prodigy, that's what they call him, the prodigy son is back,
Mhm.
um, and you see him doing something as crazy as stealing freaking meds
Yeah.
from the thing, like, you know, like, as a doctor, you know that is not right. So the fact that you're doing it makes me feel like how I feel about you, like, somewhere between what I thought who you were and who you're not is, like, it's starting to get blurry, and now I'm not even trusting myself of, like, my judgment of character too. So I feel like that could
Right.
be a thing for him.
Yeah. And I would assume that he has to be responsible for everybody. So if
Yeah.
he was to mess up in any way, and then obviously you got lawsuits or somebody dies, and it's
So
like,
many things.
yeah, so many things can happen. But I don't know. I feel like I get it, but also like you're doing a lot. Like
But you know what?
avoiding somebody.
He said he don't deal I get it. I don't wanna deal with that shit. Like, moving on. But sometimes, like, I also think about, like, addiction too as well, which, like, I get where, like, people have addictions, and sometimes it's really hard to get over those addictions. But knowing that getting over addictions is hard, it's hard to be around people like that because you know it's like a 50-50 chance they're going to do it again.
I
Am
was
I
like, where
wrong?
I was like, where is she going with this? And it was like, oh, I see.
I didn't wanna say it, but that's the truth. That's the truth in addiction. That is the truth in addiction. If somebody goes
Yeah.
you see it all the time, people go to rehab and
It
they
would have
back
been
started.
interesting. It would have been interesting to see how whatever meds he was stealing, how that actually impacted him. Because
I
he
don't know,
didn't
he
do
went to
anything
rehab.
wall. Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong in season 1. Like, he
He was
was
just
on
being
point.
hella aggressive.
I mean, he was only really being hella aggressive towards one person who was kinda like she was doing a lot. Like, I still
Yep,
don't like
and
her.
that's
I
how
would
she knew, and she was like she was just an intern, she was acting like she'd been there for 3 years.
she annoys the fuck out of me. I
She was
don't care
annoying.
what she does. I would
Yeah,
never. Um, Dr. Baran, she gotta relax. Like, first of all, the whole running everything by the rule book, very annoying. I
yeah,
get it because, like, we're talking about
protocol.
medicine, but
Right.
also at the same time, there's so many, I guess, unorthodox ways to come with a solution. So always
Mhm.
running things by the book is annoying.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you noticed, every time like she was around Dr. Robbie, she was absurdly close. Like he would be turning around and like she'll be right behind her.
I
Like
think she's trying to learn. I think because I think this is what I would think how somebody would be if you're this close to me. If you're supposed to be taking my position, you wanna know exactly what I'm doing, even if you agree upon it or not. Because 'Cause I'm gonna be gone for 3 months, and now this is gonna you're not gonna be here. I'm gonna have to run something similar to what you're doing, so I wanna know what kind of doctor you are. What kind of skills can I get from you?
I would say that, but I would think the specific skill is, or I'm assuming they're going to like make it clear, or I could be wrong. I
Yeah.
think her like issue or her hurdle, she doesn't have great interpersonal skills. Like for whatever
Mm.
reason, people don't like to work with her. And I think that's
Mm.
why
And they love
she
Robbie, Dr. Robbie. They love Dr. Robbie. That's true. I can
so
see
I
that.
think yeah,
See that.
I can see it. Yeah. Cause you can see there's like a slight disconnect. Cause even one of the charge nurses said that the overnight charge nurse said she don't like her.
Oh.
The overnight charge nurse says she don't like her, and I think, Santos, even though I don't give a fuck about Santos, Santos said she don't like her either.
Yeah,
So I think that was the thing. Obviously, well, there's 2 major things that happened before we wrap this up.
yeah.
S If I come to work, I'm a doctor, I come to work,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
7 o'clock in the morning,
Uh-huh.
and then you tell me somebody fucking abandoned their baby. Imma be tight, bro. I'm gonna be tight, cause that just tells me today is not gonna be a good day.
It's gonna be a long one.
It's not gonna be a good day. Mind you,
Long
they
one.
work 15 hours,
You're right.
and that's the first sort of
Hour.
s yeah, that's the first hour, and it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
"Bruh,
Yeah.
bruh."
Yeah. Yeah.
Imma be pissed off. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be pissed off.
Yeah.
Um, go ahead,
Yeah, I literally have in my notes, this is gonna be the longest shift ever. This is gonna be the longest shift ever.
bruh. They got the abandoned baby,
Yeah.
they have which is very sad, but they
What?
have the deaf woman in the waiting room
Oh, yeah.
who
I'm excited.
they clearly were calling her name, and she obviously didn't
She's
hear
not
it.
here.
But also, like, I would assume that maybe as a deaf person, you would try to, like, notify
Let
whoever's
somebody
in the
know.
booth that,
Like,
yeah, like,
yeah.
I'm deaf. Um, and then obviously you have the whole baby situation. They end off with, Dr. Baran reading that note, and she's just, like, stuck.
I want to know what that
Yeah,
note
I need to
says.
know, and, like, why is she stuck? Because right now she's a very rigid, I have everything in order. Like,
Yeah,
what
that
triggered
pissed her
you?
off bad.
Yeah, like, what triggered you in such a way that
Yeah,
you just don't even move, you're not responding? So
yeah.
that's very, interesting. Also, I forget the doctor's name, but the woman doctor dealing with that guy who seems to have, like, a concussion, but then he has a broken wrist also, and then when she tried
Yes,
to help him, he got aggressive.
yes,
Like, yeah, I got questions that need to be
yes,
answers. I have
yes,
questions that need to
yes.
be
That was
answered.
crazy. I was scared for her. Like, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
leaving. I don't got this I don't wanna deal with this. Like, I don't got time for this. Oh, also the little girl who got all the bruises all over her body, and then she peed, like,
Yes.
her blood was, like, bloody.
Rare. Yeah. I hope it's not the R
Yes.
word. I hope
I
it's not the
know,
R
I
word.
know, I know.
Um, yeah, cause even, season 1, they had that woman who might have been trafficked
Yeah,
by her alleged boss. Like,
yeah,
that was also, like, really
yeah,
disturbing.
yeah.
Um, but, unfortunately, these are things that happen in real life. So,
So
I
many
did see somebody made a theory is like they're going to assume that it was the father, but in actuality, she might be have some like rare autoimmune disease. That's why like she has all those sores around her body. I don't know.
I
I
can
don't
see
know.
that because she seemed like a very happy kid, like, "Yeah, I got it in soccer." Like, "Yeah, I did that." Like, it seemed like the little girl is an active little girl, so things like that can happen. Like, I was the active little girl, and I had scrapes, bruises, broke my arm and everything. So,
Right.
things like that can
Yeah.
happen. So, yeah.
Cause they had, I feel like there was also something like that last year in last season where somebody had something serious. They thought something crazy was happening, but come to find out it was like some spider bite that
Yeah.
they contracted some kind of crazy sort of symptoms for. Um, the only other thing is obviously, well, not obviously, but Dr. Mel going through some stuff because she's
Her
there, but
malpractice.
she not there. Like
She is not
she's not there.
She said, "I'm
But
going to jail." What did she do?
but homeboy that's trying to spit G to her while she was offering her services,
Oh,
which is funny because that shit went viral because she was like, Boba? And then again, elite level acting because she is so clueless that the dude is like trying to flirt with her.
yeah.
But the thing that was like mad red flags was like, I think he mentioned something about her hair. And then he was like, oh, yeah, my mom used to have hair like that. Oh, yeah, she's dead now. And I'm like,
People
bro,
just people
bro,
don't understand. People have no what they call it?
self control,
Not
self
self-control.
awareness.
Yeah, self-awareness. Have 0 self-awareness
You
at
could
all.
tell like he don't do this too
He don't
often.
get
Yeah.
bitches either, child. It is what it is.
He don't got no hoes. He don't got no hoes.
Hey,
Hey, I don't think I've ever been in an establishment. I don't think I would ever make an attempt to like try to holler at somebody that works at a hospital and like
just
trying to
trying to
take
service
care of it.
you. Listen, shoot
Yeah,
or shoot, shoot or shoot. That's
I
it.
mean that's
Shoot
fair
or shoot.
because there is the never mind.
Oh,
Um,
alright.
I give it 4 out of 5 stars. I think it's a great season opener. It gives you like little pieces here and there.
Yeah,
Obviously, with the time jump, people's hair have changed, and you could
yeah.
tell like certain people have more confidence. And then obviously, like they're just setting it up with like where all these different patients are going to land or whatever. The black dude that Landon was stealing his drugs from. Uh,
Louis.
I don't think he makes it, man.
I don't think so either. I think something's really, really wrong with
I don't think
okay,
he
a big
make
thing,
him.
back to my addiction thing. He's a returning character. They know that he has a liver problem, and they
Mm-hmm.
know it's because of his drinking. He
Mm-hmm.
knows it's because of his drinking, and they're like, "Louis, you gotta stop drinking." They told him that last season, and they telling
And
him
he
to back
been he been back like 3 times in the span of 6 months for the same issue of like they need to drain his stomach. Yeah,
okay.
I don't think
You know you need to stop, and you're
that
not
boy, he
stopping.
big, man. He big. he, bro, I wasn't paying attention, and then they do a camera pan of like
How big his
from
stomach was?
bro.
It
No,
was
he was sitting down and it was like he was big. I don't know if like it's a bodysuit, but it was like, bro, like damn.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think he
yeah,
makes it.
yeah. But, another, storyline that I hope they really talk about more is the doctor I think Doctor Mohan, I think that's her name, where
Oh,
she
and her parents and her
yeah, her
mom?
mom. Yeah, like, her mom be on her ass.
No, that's the Mohan is the taller one. I know who you're talking about, but
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I forget
Yeah.
her name. Or
Yes.
maybe it is Mohan. I don't remember. You
I don't
should
know.
probably like write this down, but it
You should
doesn't matter.
start getting these doctors. There's so many doctors. Why is there so
But
many
thank
doctors?
you for bringing that up, not to like
Yeah,
diverge your point, but I think in a lot of stuff that I've been watching recently,
yeah.
there is a lot of brown girls getting opportunities, and I genuinely appreciate that
I
because
mean, that's the world we
typically,
live in.
yes, there is like a level of like, I guess, quote unquote stereotype
Yeah.
because a lot of brown people do pursue medical fields,
Yes.
but you do have a lot of TV shows that are placed in hospitals or medical centers and whole cast be motherfucking white.
Yes.
So the fact that we're seeing more diversity, you have some of the nurses that are Filipino, which is,
Oh, I
common.
love that. They talk
Yeah.
so many different languages in that damn
Yes.
ER.
And
I'm
then
like, "Hold
you
on."
have some of the doctors that are brown girls, but even like his and hers,
Mhm.
Jack's partner is
Oh,
a brown
Priya, yeah,
girl,
yeah.
Priya.
Mhm.
It's like I love that. I
Yeah.
love,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
getting their opportunities. But
I
yeah,
I love to see film media that looks like the world that we live in, and honestly, I hate seeing shows that's mostly white because it is hard for me to keep up because they all start looking alike.
Appreciate.
No, they do. I'm
Oh,
watching Lost right now. Okay, I'm watching Lost right now. I'm watching Lost. So, Jack's wife. She's blonde, blue with blue
yeah,
eyes.
shorty from Modern Family.
And then you got Juliet, who is blonde with blue eyes. When
Yes,
you first watch it, you like, are these the same women? Like, they just be too I and they know that. That's what I'm saying. They know that. They know that. Give us diversity so that we can get into
4 out of 5 stars. What is the rating that you're giving it?
okay.
I'm not participating in
I'm
this.
trying, I'm trying, I'm gonna do better.
I
Imma do better. I
You're
think it was
not.
great. I am trying.
Okay.
Um, I don't think I'll give it a 4 out of 5. We're still at, uh, 7 AM, so Imma give it a 3.8, which is still not terrible.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Where we at? 20 minutes? Ugh. Next up, we gotta cover all 6 episodes of fucking His and Hers.
Okay, did now this
Listen, should I just jump into the it's gonna even take me a while just to read the synopsis.
I
But
believe it.
okay. Um, we both had saw the trailer. I think I sent you the trailer.
Yeah,
Um, I was intrigued by the trailer. I did not rewatch it again prior to watching the show.
yeah,
I fucks with Tessa Thompson, of course.
yeah,
John Berthal, I definitely put up there in terms of like actors for me and the stuff that I've seen him in. The Walking Dead, Punisher. He was a Wolf of Wall Street. I think he was in the movie Widows. He's been in a bunch of shit and he
yeah,
always excels. I think for me personally, why he stands out is like I think it's very hard to show intensity in a believable way as an actor, and every time he hit when his characters are forced to do so, he absolutely excels at it. And he showed me a version of himself in this show that I did
yeah.
not kind
You
of
never seen
expect.
before.
Um, so I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this. But I don't know if you have any thoughts before I read these 3 long ass paragraphs.
Jesus, I know they long. Just get into that.
Okay, okay. So His and Hers. Episodes 1 to 3, I guess you could consider the investigation. The series begins with the brutal murder of Rachel Hopkins, who is found in the woods with a friendship bracelet stuffed down her throat. Anna Andrews, played by Tessa Thompson, a disgraced news anchor, uses the case to force her way back into her job, while her estranged husband, Detective Jack Harper, played by John Berthal, leads the official investigation. The tension peaks early when it's revealed that Jack was having an affair with
Mm,
the victim as was with her the night she died. As
mm,
Anna digs deeper, she realizes Rachel was part of a Mean Girls clique in high school that included Anna,
mm.
Jack's sister Zoe, and the local headmistress Helen. One by one, these women start turning up dead, and Anna and Jack begin a dangerous game of cat and mouse, each
Mhm,
convinced the other is the killer.
mhm,
Episodes 4 and 5, you can consider the Lexi red herring. The middle episodes focus on a woman named Catherine Kelly, an outcast who is cruelly bullied by the group in high school. The show leads us to believe that Anna's professional rival, Lexi, is actually Catherine in disguise,
mm.
back for revenge. A massive flashback reveals a horrific party from their teens where Rachel, Zoe, and Helen stood by
Mm.
and watched Catherine be assaulted while a young Anna did nothing to stop it. By the end of episode 5, Lexi is framed as the primary suspect, and the police believe they closed the case after a violent confrontation between Lexi and Anna. Then,
Mhm,
episode 6, the final reveal. In the finale, the Lexi theory is debunked. After a 1 year time jump, Anna and Jack have reconciled and are expecting a baby, seemingly having moved past the trauma of losing their first daughter to SIDS. However, a final visit to Anna's mother, Alice, played by Crystal Fox, reveals the dark truth. Alice had been faking her dementia as a cover. After
mhm.
discovering old tapes of the high school assault, she became the silent protector, systematically murdering the woman who ruined her daughter's life. The series ends on a chilling note, suggesting that Anna and Jack have their happy ending. It was built on a trail of bodies left by a mother who took protecting her child to the lethal extreme.
Mm.
What were your immediate thoughts?
After I watched that, I said, "What the fuck did I just watch? What did I just watch?" Because I was like, when they got to the part where they found out that Lexi and first of all, that was insane. Catherine and Lizzie being the same person was so freaking nuts, where I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yeah, she definitely did it." Like, not only you followed this lady to her job. Like, you hated this girl so much, you followed her to her job, and you basically wanted to take her whole entire job. So I'm
Mhm.
thinking that makes complete sense. But when she started reading that letter and that voice change,
I was confused, so confused. because I'm sitting back the way I'm sitting back now, watching the finale, and
Yeah.
the events play out or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. This kind of wrapped up pretty quick.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
press the thing on my remote. I'm like, wait, there's mad time left. And
Yeah.
then she gets the letter or whatever. She starts reading it, and then because the parts of the letter are things that she repeats multiple times
Yeah, she
throughout
was
the
saying it like
season.
in the beginning of each episode.
Right. So I'm like, okay, this is holds some level of significance. And
Right.
then when it changes the voice, I literally sit back up on my chair and I'm like, wait a minute. Because and it's funny because my homegirl is texting me about the show the
Yeah.
past couple of days, and I'm like, bro, I would have never guessed that as the
Never.
plot twist. Cause like
Never.
I see the mom with the dementia. I'm not really paying attention to the mom like that. Like
No.
it's just a level of trauma that Anna has to deal with on top of everything else that's happening. So I'm
Right.
taking it as like, grain of salt. But I'm like, wait, she was out here catching these bodies the whole entire time?
Bodies after bodies after bodies.
Bruh, bruh, bruh. And then the first one where she takes off her clothes,
Bruh.
I was like, oh, this motherfucker.
She was in it. When I say that is calculation,
Listen, man. I do
that
have like
is
a question later
calculation.
on, but like
Okay.
yeah, that was wild to me. That's
That
why I
was
text you crazy
okay.
because I was like, I was not expecting that. Like,
Yeah.
once it got to like the Catherine Kelly part, I was like, oh, okay, she's the only person that we haven't seen in the modern day. Like, she's the one that's out here killing people or whatever. And even like Lexi's husband, he's
Yeah.
I guess you could consider him a prominent actor. He was in The Wire.
Uh-huh.
He's in that TV show Halo. He's done a bunch of
Yeah,
shit.
he's been in some stuff.
But had it not been him, you could have casted anybody as like the cameraman. So I was like,
Yeah.
there's a reason why they casted you specifically. So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, the Catherine thing, I kind of once they got to that part, I was like, okay, I kind of figured that out. But I
Yeah.
was fine with that just being like the main plot
Yes.
line.
Well, I was like,
So
okay,
then
that
when
that
they
makes so
turn
much sense. Yes.
the only thing, and maybe I wasn't paying attention, the only thing they haven't explained is the opening. Because remember, the show opens with Anna
Her
going back
scene.
to, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I don't understand.
I think that was like for us to I feel like for how the show went, that was for us viewers to think Anna was the person because think about how it happened. This is how they kind of set it up. It opens up with you seeing a dead body, and then you see Anna watching. Like seeing them fucking or whatever. In my case, I thought she was just seeing the dead body or whatever. She runs home. Her house is filthy, by the way.
Yes.
Filthy, filthy, filthy. Gets herself to. That's like the first thing I wrote. This house is filthy. What is this? She goes back. She cleans herself up, and she goes straight to work. So in my head, I'm thinking she's a psycho. And also she's pitching, hey, a dead girl in my hometown.
Right.
I seen it. I want that story. And it's like, has the news even dropped that the lady did? So
Nope.
they're like making it seem like, yes, it's Anna. It's like to
Mhm.
your point, it's like that was the whole point of
I
they
still
Anna or Jack.
that makes sense. I don't get the teeth thing. That's the only part that
What's he
because
thing?
because didn't she like her
Oh,
teeth?
but bust her lip.
Yeah,
How did she
that
bust her lip?
she busted her lip in her fight with Lexi.
Yes, I saw that, but it was busted before then.
I
Okay, so yeah.
that's the one thing that they didn't explain.
They didn't explain the busted lip part.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know,
I agree.
but I could. Whew, I definitely have points throughout each of these episodes.
Yes,
Well, this is gonna be a recurring theme.
yes.
Whoever I know they had black people working on the production. Whoever was styling Tessa,
Oh, yeah, she looked great. Every outfit, her hair was always perfect. And you know what? I actually had this note. Her hair, when her and Jack are, like, meeting up and it's supposed to be raining and stuff, and her hair gets the poofing up,
yes,
she couldn't sustain that Georgia humidity, and it ain't no joke, and that showed. That was being showed. I said, "Okay, I like that. That's detail. Now that's
but yeah,
detail."
her outfits was elite. Like
Yeah,
episode 1, she had like this sheer velvet teal thing going on.
yeah.
Magnificent. Low key, one of my favorite characters on there was her boss because he was just saying
Jim.
whatever the fuck comes to his mind.
Jim said, "I gotta
Um,
get to this money. I don't care about nothing else."
because Anna, when she goes back to work, she says, how do you suddenly make that woman the face of the station gym in Atlanta?" And he said, "I don't see color." I'm like, bro, what? I was dying.
Which is true, though.
I was dying.
Blonde hair girl in Atlanta, the face what? No.
Yeah. Even though they position it as like, you're supposed to believe that something's off with her, I just found it like really hard to believe that she would kill someone
Yeah.
to try to get her job back and her glory. Like that wasn't, I don't know.
That
That was like
even
my
that
early,
would've been a crazy storyline, though.
yeah, but then it's also like, I don't
Desperate
know.
time,
I
desperate
don't know. I
measure.
don't know. I don't know.
Gee.
The first episode was so good because there's so many twists and turns. Obviously we see Jack avoiding providing that DNA sample on purpose because clearly he,
His
he didn't
semen was definitely inside of her.
he did not stay strapped. Um and then also that's when his sister, when he goes downstairs, his sister questions
Mhm.
him about where his whereabouts the previous evening. It's like you and she said like, "Oh, you smell good." Like clearly he was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing, which was the Rachel's perfume.
You know,
Um
before we move on to the next one, 'cause how they started off with, like, Jack playing with the niece, with Meg, so I'm thinking, "Okay, that's his little girl, go downstairs,
yes,
the drunk white girl." I'm like, "Okay, like, maybe they're together," but I was like, "Well, dang, he's so mean to her," but I'm thinking they're together. So, as we go on and it's like, no,
that's
Anna,
his
his
sister.
wife,
Yeah. That
was
was
like,
also like
"Oh."
that was
Yeah,
kinda like yeah,
yeah,
that was interesting, and I have
yeah,
another question about that too.
yeah.
Hopefully, I remember.
Okay.
I think the first episode was good, like, they try to pitch it as, like, possibly they're both responsible for this
Yes.
woman's, murder, and, like, you could see, like, it's this game of cat and mouse and, like,
Yeah.
who could kinda pin the murder on the other person.
For
Yeah,
yeah, having a detective and a journalist as, like, husband and wife was such an interesting thing because journalism, they try to get down to the truth, and detectives do the exact same thing in their own way, so having that
uh-huh.
was, like, kinda very smart, actually.
Yes, yes. I don't know if you have any points before we move on to episode 2.
No, I think at the end, I thought Anna killed her. Yeah, I thought at the end of the episode, I said, "Oh, yeah, she killed her."
Episode 2, I was absolutely loving John and Tessa's chemistry. Like,
Mhm.
they operated like a couple that used to be married. You could tell, like, there was still some genuine love
Yeah,
there or whatever, and, like, they hate each other, but they really love each other because
yeah,
that's because the hate was real, but it's
yeah.
also like, I don't hate you enough to, like, despise you. I hate you enough because of whatever transpired, obviously, with their kid
Oh.
passing.
Going back to episode 1, when not Tessa, Anna, she yells out, "Is it true that you knew the girl?"
Making shit hot. Making shit hot. Making shit hot.
Immediately. That shit I was like, "What? He knew it?" But I was like, "It's a small town in Georgia." Of course, like, everything makes sense to me. I'm from Georgia, so I understand. I understand the
Yes, yes.
dynamics 100%.
I don't know what scene made
Yeah.
me write this, but I'm going to assume there was an argument in episode 2 between their 2, but
What?
John be fucking acting, man. Like,
Oh,
he really be acting, like it was he everything he does is just so believable. If he's
mhm.
angry, you believe he's angry. If he's hurt, you believe he's hurt. If
Yeah.
he's emotional and like, oh, he did a fantastic. I mean, everybody on the show did a fantastic, but he really did a fantastic job with that. Um Oh, that's another thing. I feel like this show was like a blend of genres. Normally, something that's a thriller kind of stays in like a thriller, very
Yeah.
serious sort of way. This was like thriller, mystery, a lot of good comedy that
Yeah.
didn't feel like out of place. Because when Jack and Priya are at the pathologist, I think they're bringing up the friendship bracelet. Priya said something, um, and then I think Priya said something along the lines of like, "Oh, I wouldn't have a friendship bracelet," and then the pathologist was like, would you say you had an abundance of friends, detective? Like, you giving me vibes that you're a loser. So
Right.
why would like why would you
Oh my
so
god.
the fact that they threw like humor in there was like kind of funny to me.
I also believe that's because of the actors and the actresses that they have in there, like, a lot of the actors and the actresses are people that I've seen in other things, like,
Mm,
Alice being, like, on Tyler Perry like, I remember her from Haves and the Have-Nots,
okay.
Tyler Perry, so and, like, Tessa even, like, Richard Jones, the husband, like, I've seen him I feel like I seen him in a comedy or something, I can't remember what it was.
He's done so many things.
Yeah, so it's like, I just feel like they had, like, abundance of
Talented people who could
yeah,
do all
range
of that.
exactly, to make it, like, yes, serious, but, like, let's drop a little jokey joke in here too.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. And it felt like it almost made it human in a way because a lot
yeah,
of times it's like, oh, here's this really serious show and these people
tragedy.
going through serious situations and
You
like,
gotta laugh.
yeah, versus like sometimes like motherfuckers just you could have a serious job and you just still funny. Or
Yeah,
a lot of times people be having like the most serious and most craziest job and like their humor is the complete opposite of that.
yeah,
Which reminds me of Shorty from the Pit, that one Asian, the newcomer. She was just like she didn't give a fuck about nothing. Like the one person, that old guy who you couldn't resuscitate, like he died, and then
uh-huh,
she was like, she turned around like, okay, I guess we could leave now. Like she was ready, she was gone. Um,
can you
but
do?
yeah, at first I thought this was my theory at the time. I thought Priya was gonna figure out that Jack was the killer,
I did
which
too. I thought Priya was gonna figure I mean, technically she did,
she
kinda,
did,
sorta.
but she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
did, but she was wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was a great sort of like, oh, you're the newbie, you don't know shit, but come to find out, she's actually better at her job than Jack
Then Jack
actually
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Which was also something because I don't remember which episode it was, but Anna said something to Jack was like, oh, when they're having the flashbacks, which is another point. The flashbacks that they did were just magnificent. Because normally when they do a flashback, it's like a character is somewhere. It doesn't have to be related to said location,
Mhm.
but they'll just think about something. Or you have a flashback episode or whatever. I feel like every time Anna was in a specific location,
They
she
would
was
drop it.
flash they'll have the flashback and it was at said location. And I was like,
Mhm. Oh,
chef's
like the ones in
kiss.
her room? Yeah, those are really good. Those are really, really good.
Chef's kiss. Chef's
They
kiss.
did definitely drop the flashbacks, like, exactly where they needed to be dropped, for sure.
Yes. So I think when they bought the house, she told Jack she was trying to tell Jack that or she was trying to insinuate to Jack, like, "Hey, I'm pregnant." And
Mhm.
Jack was not getting it at all. She was like, "Oh, they just make anybody a detective." And I was kinda like, "Yeah, he's not good at his job." Like, he's just running around
He
tricking
just got a job, child, that's it.
which is if you know anything about small towns, like,
That's how it be.
that's typically
I'm just
how it
getting a
goes.
paycheck. I'm just getting a paycheck. Uh,
What else do I have here? Patel sees she was on the phone when she left, reminds me of when Jack said they need oh, yeah. When he said they need to find the phone immediately, that's because he knew his weird ass nudes was on that damn phone and he was blowing up Shorty's,
the husband.
yes, yes.
Clyde. Yes, he would listen, they said, "Do not call it. We need to find it." He as soon as they walked out that house but the crazy thing is that phone being in Jack's car was even crazier. Like, okay, yeah, he called as soon as they left, but it being in the car.
Which goes back to the whole point I just made about, like, Jack is horrible as a detective. Everything wrong that you could have done,
He
he
did it.
did. He left a footprint. He left his semen. The
Timberland broke
phone
down.
is in his car. Like,
He didn't give a
he sent
damn.
he
He
had
did
all the text messages. Bro,
knowing that he just fucked her 10 hours ago.
everything wrong. Like, he ain't watch a First 48. He ain't watch a Law& and Order. He ain't watch goddamn none of them. He was just out here being messy and living his best life.
So funny where he used to like, he's just like, "You know what? I was in Atlanta PD." They was like, no murders ever get found in Atlanta. Like, you're not gonna find this one. I don't know. Like, we have no hope for you."
Oh,
That was
man.
so fun. They kept dropping that one though. That was kind of funny, actually.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jack is just being very impulsive. He doesn't think. He's just whatever he thinks is going to, try to resolve the situation. He's just going
Yeah.
to go full force in it.
Yeah.
Tessa outfit, green snake skin, chef's kiss, chef's kiss,
Just putting that shit on.
bro. When this motherfucker went back home and swabbed his niece,
That was
I lost it.
wild. That's when I was like, "Okay, hold on, Jack. I think you the murderer now. Because why would you swab your niece? Out of all people."
And obviously, they're going to figure out that the DNA is wrong. And like,
Exact
why is the DNA wrong from the detective?
flag. That's why and that's literally why Priya thought it was him. Like, are you trying to find the murderer or are you trying to cover up yourself? Like,
Bruh, out
tell
of
us.
control. Also in this episode, when he goes to the morgue and
Mhm.
he opens that lady's eyelids to unlock her phone.
That shit scared me. I know she ain't dead in
Bruh,
real life, but that shit scared the shit out of me.
bruh. I was like, wait, I see him doing all this shit. I'm like, okay, maybe he really did. Like, maybe his ring was on said woman or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Maybe he has some weird kinky shit going on. But it was like, wait, I know he's not about to unlock this phone by opening this woman's eyelids. Also, that is DNA that you're leaving on said body again.
Like,
Like,
when I say somebody that did not use their brain at all.
bruh, he was bugging the fuck out. Um, yes, he was just reckless the whole episode. And it was just crazy. I don't know
Yeah.
if you have any other points before we move on to episode 3.
So I was really like, I also at one point once I went to Clyde's house, I thought Clyde could have been a suspect because if the cops come to your house and you're acting so sad about your wife being dead, and you get on the phone immediately like, yeah, like Rachel's dead, but don't fucking talk to me again after this. I thought like, dang, because he
Yeah,
didn't really love his wife. You can tell like he didn't love his wife, and Jack knew. You know what's so funny though? When he was like, "Yeah, my wife loved to fucking cars,"
and
and
trucks. He did not hide it. He don't got no poker face at all. His head popped up like, what you said?
and
His
especially
bu-
Trump,
his
like,
body
damn,
language shifted. Like even what's his face and Priya left, and he was still standing there like, fuck. Like, bro. Like, and I had this for episode 2 of like, this show low-key was like a serious soap opera drama. Like
yeah,
it was like extreme, but still like well done, where it's
yeah,
not like over the top.
yeah, yeah. This is really good, really great limited series for sure.
Episode 3, this is when they start showing, the flashbacks to the girls and their Mean Girls
Mhm.
Club. And this is just a loose statement. Like, you gotta be a real low life to be a bully. Like, leave people alone, man. Like, you gotta be a real low life to be a bully. Like,
Like,
just
seriously.
unnecessary. Unnecessary. I also thought it was very interesting that we only get monologues, or I guess voiceovers, no, narrations. We only get narrations from Tessa, like,
Mhm.
well,
Nobody
Anna,
else.
because I guess she's a reporter, and
I guess it's technically her story. She's like,
yeah, but
yeah,
it's just
the whole
interesting that
thing to the ending of it, it's basically her story kinda. The whole entire thing is her story when we get to,
right.
like, the whole scene of it, like, actually what happened when they were in high school. So, yeah, I guess that made sense to
Yeah,
make her narrate it.
yeah, it made sense, and I wrote that down of, like,
Yeah,
obviously she's a reporter/journalist, and, like, how does that play towards the end of the series,
yeah.
and we see how
And she's
that
supposed to be
plays out.
writing a book this whole time while she was gone. So,
Right,
technically
right,
and I
right.
thought this whole time when I was reading the letters, I thought it was, like, inserts of her book. Like, that's
Mm,
the time. They
interesting,
were not. She wrote
interesting.
no book, I don't think.
And then I think this is when Jack goes back home, and then Zoe confronts him about swabbing her daughter or
Mhm.
whatever, and then he confesses that that he got caught up, that he was sleeping with Rachel or whatever. Zoe asks him repeatedly, "Did you kill Rachel?" And he never answers. He only says, the most he says is like, "I'm your brother. Why would you think I would do something like that?"
Yeah,
He never says no, which I
yeah,
found to be interesting at the time. Obviously, he
yeah,
didn't do it.
yeah.
And then when she said, like, "Why'd you swap Meg?" I thought she wasn't gonna find out because obviously they position her as, like, this drunk,
Right.
possibly drunkie or whatever.
Who don't care about
So,
their kid at all.
yeah, so when it was like, "Why'd you swap Meg?" I was like, "Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You are fucked up."
Yeah.
Another Tessa outfit comment, that red leather.
Dang, I don't remember all these damn outfits. You
Listen, man.
pouring them out.
Listen,
Okay,
you listen.
fashionista.
Listen, man, you if people know me, know my love for fashion. So
Fashionista. Okay, I see.
but yeah, John, I mean, Jack being his usual self, a complete mess.
Yeah.
And I knew he wasn't gonna be able to get Priya off of his tail. Like she was gonna figure shit out. She was working after hours
Yes, she
to figure
was. She was
figure
putting
that
them
shit
puzzles
out.
together. You hear me? One plus one equals
Um,
2 to her ass.
Another hilarious scene is when
What?
Jack sees Richard Jones at the supermarket and he grabs the Magnum condoms on purpose. Because
What?
he knew that
Like,
Anna and them was fucking in the
yeah,
first episode. So it's
yeah.
like, sometimes you gotta show them what you're working with.
Ridiculous.
Unnecessary.
Being a man. But also the items why he had, like, 2 things of bleach. That was like, okay.
Bad
Wouldn't you have
detective yet again because he focused on the condoms instead of
right, he
like,
didn't even see the items that he had on the thing. Like, when I saw those 2 big things of bleach, I'm like, what he up to?" That's why when it was Izzy, I was like, "Oh, this makes complete sense. He was getting the bleach for his wife."
mm-hmm,
Oh, yeah.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Then again, still being an idiot, he went back to the scene of the crime. I was like, bruh, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And then obviously, I think they mention it in in episode 3, but clearly we know that Anna was visiting. Well, I think she was attempting to visit their kid's grave, and then
Yeah.
that's when she saw Jack
Yeah.
getting his little pee pee wet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any more points before we move on to episode 4.
Oh, we can move on. It's just I'm ready to get to where they're at the town hall.
Oh yeah, I feel like the town hall scene was kind of like unnecessary. I kind of
It
tuned
was
out.
havoc. It was havoc, and it made me feel more like it was Anna because it was like she was, like, she was literally setting it up for them
Mhm.
to react the way that they did. It's like because she's from there, she knows what to say to make them hoot and holler the way they were. They
Yeah,
were
and she's a
tooting.
journalist reporter, like,
Yeah,
she knows how to, manipulate a large audience.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, next. We can go to the next one.
Episode 4, that's when I kinda my early theory or when I kinda confirmed, like, it was Catherine Kelly. She was the one,
So they
well,
started dropping her more, yeah.
yeah, that's when I was like, "Oh, okay." It had to be the girl who was bullied and, like, you know,
Yeah,
started doing this shit. Obviously, it was wrong. I already previously mentioned how the flashbacks were, like, location specific. I think episode 4 was also the shortest episode. Um, and I also felt like, there was sometimes there was portrayals that were kinda, like, making a mockery of, like, real world scenarios or real world people,
mm,
because they had that one moment when Lexi goes and interviews the husband, and she does,
child,
like, the whole, like, reporter, like, voice thing, and it was like, like, y'all this is, like, commentary even, like, the boss, like, the news anchor boss or whatever, like,
yeah,
that's typically, how they operate in the industry of, like, "We don't give a fuck about the truth, we give a fuck about what's
the
going."
story, what's gonna
Yeah,
sell? What's gonna
yeah, what's
sell?
gonna
What's gonna get
sell.
the people tuned in? Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah,
so, those were my only. Oh, no, and I think this is also another scene where Tessa finally expresses herself to Jack about them losing their daughter, and I thought that writing was so beautiful
yeah,
because oftentimes when we're talking about losing a loved one,
yeah,
especially children,
yeah,
you just talk about, like, the idea of losing a child and, how hurtful it is or whatever the case is. And I think what was so great about that conversation was, like, she basically was saying, like, because Jack kept telling her, like, "It's going to be fine. Like, it's going to be okay. Like, yes, we lost our loved one or lost our child, but it's going to be fine." Versus, like, no, she probably needed the nurturing, she probably
He
needed the
needed
time
so much
away,
more.
she needed so much more, and he wasn't emotionally connecting in the way
He
that he
couldn't
needed to
understand
connect.
that. Mm-mm.
Right, and
He
the
just wanted
way
to fix it. He just wanted to fix what was going
right,
on.
which shows why he operated the way he operated in an entire season.
Mhm.
He's just more so focused about fixing shit versus
Yeah,
whether it actually makes sense. And
yeah,
her being able to express like, "No, I needed more. I needed time away. I needed to, like, decompress in a way
yeah,
to, like, accept this new reality," was more important than everything else going on. And, like,
yeah,
you wasn't meeting me there, that's why I had to abandon you. Was
yeah.
like, I thought that was such a beautiful thing because a lot of times when we have not only in real life, but a lot of times when we see these situations in media, it's kinda
Mhm.
like, "Oh, okay, like, I'm there for you, we're gonna be
Yeah,
fine," but it's like, "No, you're not going to be fine. There
yeah,
is no more fine."
yeah.
These are the things I tell my friends when they lose loved ones, like family
Mhm.
members of like, you now have to establish, like, your new normal, like, whatever you're not going to get back to that previous version of you. That version of you no longer exists. You had to
You gotta keep
establish.
you have to keep moving t and to just establish that. If you just stick there, it's gonna keep hitting you, but if
Right. If you're thinking like you're going to have those sentiments again of like
yeah,
feeling the way you used to feel, that's never going to happen. You have
no,
to now live in this new normal where it's like
yeah,
this pain
immediately.
and this grief,
Yeah,
it may not be here all the time, but it's going to pop up every so often.
absolutely.
So I thought that was like beautiful writing. I don't know
Yeah.
if you have anything else for episode
No,
4.
them fucking after that was, like, in the same way that he was fucking Rachel. Eerie. That scared the shit out of me, like, "Oh, who is Jack? He got the best pen in Dahlonega, Georgia." Like, what is this? Like, that was just too much for me, honestly. Truly,
Yeah, that was a lot. That was definitely a lot.
truly.
But I also could feel like she wanted to feel something, which is
Yeah.
why. Well,
She's
I don't even what was her well, I guess there was her sleeping
her
with well,
but
no, her sleeping with Richard was to get back at Lexi. Would she have still done it if she knew that was Catherine?
no, I don't think so. I don't
Mm,
think so. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think definitely to get back, like, "Bitch, you took my fucking job."
right.
Don't take your
And
husband.
it's probably
Be
and
my
it's
twin.
been and they made it clear, like, Richard steps out on his marriage on a consistent basis, like
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, she named his whole life. "Oh, she too busy for you," basically. So,
yeah,
yeah, you ain't
yeah,
had sex in a while, so I got you, I got you. But kinda rewind back. Um, when we actually found out what happened to the girls, when Zoe was talking to Tessa, and was, like, saying, like, "You need to get over what happened to us," like, "It happened," like, she kinda, like, downplayed it, and then
mm.
when it actually happened and how it happened, that is crazy that someone could downplay something that traumatic. Like, it
You
did
know
not
what they
happen.
say about slavery, it was so long ago.
Child.
Mm,
That was
mm.
scary. She was like, "You have to get over it." Like, she was like, "I never thought about it like that." Like, I didn't know how serious it was. You don't know how serious it is for somebody to get raped in front of you? Oh my god. What are we talking about?
I think that's why nobody necessarily would care or show sympathy as to why all of those girls were killed, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which leads to a question I'm gonna try to hold off until later.
Okay.
Okay, so episode 4, um, I think this is when this is when Jack and Richard have a fight, and,
Oh.
I think, Jack thinks that Richard is the killer, or he's trying to pin the murder on Richard because he has, previous, not allegations. He was previously hit with charges for like assault or some shit.
Mhm.
And then, he's like, oh, and I think Richard is like explaining himself and he's like, oh, like raw instinct or whatever the case is. He's
Yeah.
like, I tried to defend myself in this situation. And he was like, oh, so you always often operate off of raw instinct. And then Richard responds with, ask your
Like your
wife.
wife.
Bruh.
That's a good one.
Bruh.
That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it.
Um, I also have on here, is it really about Anna's revenge? Killing Rachel was convenient, and then Jack got caught up inconveniently. Because they were doing a lot of like, maybe Jack did it, maybe
Mhm.
Anna did it. And I think there was a level of like, okay, maybe Anna did get wanted to kill these people, and then Jack got caught up because he just happened to sleep with Shorty the same time. Like
Yeah.
Anna was always intended to like react, get her revenge in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Another Tessa Thompson outfit comment. That brown leather coat she had on, magnificent,
Oh my goodness.
magnificent. It definitely took a turn, got dark when the whole thing was about the whole R scene of like, this
Mhm.
is what really happened. I was like, I
Mhm.
was not expecting that.
At
I was
all.
expecting some, petty sort of thing of like, you slept with my man or whatever, or like, um, you know, I tried to attack you and you end up dying mistakenly.
Yeah.
So for that to be the basis as to why things happen, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this got dark quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you have any more points before we get to the finale.
When Priya basically kind of put everything together and was like showing the bosses, and Jack like freaking loses it, and he pulls up on Clyde. That scene got me because Jack was going in on Clyde, and Clyde was like, "I'm not the only C, Jay."
That was
Like, Clyde was on Jack's ass. Like, Clyde was like, "I'm not going nowhere with you." Like, no,
I
I'm
really
I'm
thought
following
he
my
was about
career.
I thought he was about to fuck up again and kill him. I thought he was about to fuck up again and kill him. Like, he was
Yeah.
gonna shoot him
The
because
way
he
he was
was.
going so hard, like, "You have to come with
Yes.
me now. Now. I'm not going nowhere with him. Get in my Rolls Royce, and I'm gonna go away. Bye-bye now." But yeah, no, that really got me. But also, I think was this episode 5
Mhm.
when they dropped, Catherine basically killing her sister?
That was wild.
Wild.
But also, like, kids be petty for shit like that.
Yes, but petty enough where your sister got like asthma. Like my sister has asthma, so does my nephew. So, like knowing how much the inhaler means something, you just spraying it out, spraying it out, spraying it out. And as soon and it's like, but also, sister, why you didn't get your own inhaler? Like, why don't you always have your inhaler on it? Why you got
Also, fat
choice?
shaming your sister is wild.
Kids are mean. Kids are mean.
Fat
Kids
shaming
are
your sister
so
is wild.
freaking
So,
mean. It's ridiculous.
brought it upon yourself. Brought it
Yeah,
upon yourself.
yeah.
Anything else before we touch upon the grand finale?
No, I don't know. I can't remember if Anna basically sticking up for Anna. Hold on, Anna speaking up for Catherine. Sorry, not speaking
Ah,
up. Like when the attack was happening and like her like pushing her away, and like that scene how it just ends with Catherine leaving was actually kind of like amazing because in my head I didn't think the scene kept going.
I don't think anybody thought the scene kept
And
going.
that is crazy. Like, they, like, really set it up for us. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, next. Get to the finale. Let's get there.
Finale. I thought this was absolutely hilarious, maybe because of the way he said it. So
Yeah.
obviously Priya pulls up to, I forget whose house. I think she pulls up to Jack's house,
Yeah.
tries to confront him and
Yeah.
take him under arrest. So
Yeah.
he obviously wasn't gonna go, pulls
Yeah.
out a gun, and then he looks at her, Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, that shit was funny to me. I just thought that was funny. Um,
Yeah, he had all I had all the like, I'm clearly crying right now. Clearly, he's distraught. Like, clearly, he's so distraught. She's not even like, "You have
yes.
all that blood on you. Why do you think I'm at my house? Like, I'm at my house. I'm trying to leave. Why do you think I have blood on me and you telling me to stop, drop, and roll? Like, what are we talking about?"
Yes. And obviously his love for Anna shows in that moment because
Yes,
nothing was going to stop him from going
for
to
saving her. Yeah.
saving her. I
Yeah.
definitely did not expect him to knock out Priya the way he
No.
did because that was wild.
He
That was awesome.
said, I gotta go. So, hey,
Yeah,
you gotta go."
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to obviously the Anna, Lexi, and Richard fight.
Mhm.
I did not expect Priya to, be that good and headshot
Immediately.
Shorty, and
Bam,
I was
bam.
like, "Let's
Yeah.
go." I'm here for Priya.
Yeah,
I'm
Priya,
here for Priya.
you gotta make it up because you had to make that one up, huh?
Yeah, listen, man, she was laying shit down.
Yeah.
Um, I was going to say that the only negative is, like, it felt like they got a happy ending even though they were wilding the whole entire time, like, they were impacting so many different lives. Um, but this was like all of that was, like, in the first 15 minutes of
Mhm.
the finale. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. And then like then it plays into obviously like the time jump. She's
Mhm.
pregnant,
Mhm.
whatever. She
I
tells her
mean,
boss, like,
they
you
have a happy family.
right. And I was like,
Yeah.
it is what
Oh,
it
hold on, hold
is.
on, hold on, before we get there. It was crazy that when their hotel got, canceled and Richard's like, "Yeah, my in-laws have a house at the lake," and she like, "Why you never told me that?" That's when I really was like, "Oh, it's definitely Izzy. It's
Mhm.
definitely Izzy," because I'm like, "This whole time we've been up here and you ain't never said, like, your wife is from up here too?" Like, I think that was an important fact to tell someone, but yeah. Okay, back fast forward.
Yes, yes. The way they just, breadcrumb us and, like,
Yeah.
put it all
Yeah.
together. Very
Yeah.
well done. But then obviously, as we mentioned, the plot twist of the year, I don't think there's gonna be any show that will supersede this sort of plot twist, at least for me, because
Yeah.
I did have other friends that were like, "No, I figured out it was the mom, and the dementia shit was fake the whole entire
How
time."
you figure that out?
I have no idea. Hey, I guess they watch way more Law& and Order than I do,
I
but
guess so.
I did not see that coming.
At
But,
all.
yeah, so she comes to the house, she sees the envelope, then she reads the note, and then her mom reveals that, she essentially was behind everything, and then we see the actual, um
How she did it.
how she did it, and we also see what actually happened in the Sweet 16, birthday party,
Oof.
which was very traumatic for me to
So
watch.
traumatic.
Um,
So
yeah,
traumatic.
yeah, that was absolutely wild, and I didn't realize this until the episode was done.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't technically she did lie. She still lied to Jack because Jack asked her, like,
She never told him the
she
whole
never
thing
told
ever.
him, like, what happened. She just told him that she told him that Catherine
Yeah.
got assaulted, but she never
Yeah.
told him that she,
Yeah.
was assaulted as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I
maybe that
mean,
was purposeful for the whole entire story.
yes, and then I also think there's this, the commentary of like it's hard for victims to
It
come out
is.
and talk about their situation, especially
It
to
is.
your loved one,
It
because
is.
you start to take on a level of like
Guilt.
damaged goods sort of rhetoric with
Yeah.
like, whatever the
Yeah.
case may be. But
Yeah.
yeah, I did not see that coming. That was mind blowing. I don't know if you have any major points you wanted to share before I ask my specific questions.
No, but, one thing I do wanna say is how the mom did it because she was like, especially these rich white people, they don't look at the help. They're not looking at the help at all. Like, how she did it was just so masterful. Like, it was wow. Her brain. Her brain, and, like, the fact that, like, yeah, I had keys to everyone's house. I know how to get in and out of everything because I've always had keys to do it. Even,
Mhm.
like, thinking about, like, when the keys drop when Anna first goes to her mom's house, and I always like, "Dang, why would they get all these goddamn keys on this ring?" Like, I thought
And
about
like,
that.
why would the keys need to fall?
Right, exactly, and that was, like, something that you think is just so
Irrelevant.
simple, and it's like, that tells the whole story, like,
Mhm.
that was amazing, that was amazing.
Mhm.
But, yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, so my questions. Well, I guess my first question tying to what you just mentioned.
Mhm.
I feel like there's this new Hollywood trope of
Uh-oh.
black characters getting revenge on white characters.
Oh,
You
Lord.
have the mom. Obviously, we now have the mom in His and Hers.
Uh-huh.
There's that movie. What is it called? Ma. What
Uh-huh,
Octavia
uh-huh, uh-huh,
Spencer.
uh-huh.
I feel we have the Django.
Mhm.
There's this new movie with Zazie Beetz, which feels like it's the same thing of like they're trying to kill her, but she ends up killing everybody else. I feel like there's this new, like, newish Hollywood trope of like black characters getting revenge on, their white counterparts. I
Mhm.
don't know if I hate it. I don't know if I love it, but it's
Yeah.
just a trend that I've started to see. And
But, also, like, these are stories that we're not seeing often. We're seeing them, but we're not seeing them often. Like, remember, like, back in the day in horror movies and stuff where, like,
the
the
black
black
character
character
dies
would
dies
exactly.
first.
Like, that was, like, every story. Like, that was, like, every story. Like, we always knew we watched a scary movie that the black person's gonna die first. If it's only one, they're gonna die first.
Yeah.
So, kinda doing, like, a Uno reverse is interesting. To your point, I don't know if I hate it, if I love it. I think it's interesting to watch.
I think it's interesting, but then it's like, I don't like it to become repetitive, where it's like
Yeah.
now every so often, every new show is like, "Oh, you think it's one way. Actually,
I
it's
think
not.
it's
Gotcha."
different.
What's homeboy from Dexter? Surprise, motherfucker. Like now it's this whole, black people getting even Get Out. Because
Yeah,
nobody black died in Get Out. Like they all homeboy, I forgot how Get Out. I have to rewatch that. It's been a
I
while.
do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
So that was one. Two, I don't know why I have this thought, and it could be weird,
Mhm.
but John Berthal, the way he performed, gave me the vibe of like one of the few white guys that if he was in a predominantly black neighborhood or a black school, he
Would fit in?
not only would he fit in, he would date a black woman, or a black woman would entertain him.
As a black woman who at one point was kinda attracted to white men.
Show over. Show canceled. Show canceled. Show canceled.
It's sometimes it ain't
Scotty, I'm holding it down for you, Scotty. Ain't no fucking way. You just fix your lips to say no
I
shit.
was young, I was young.
Go
I was
ahead, go
I was
ahead.
in a predominantly white neighborhood.
Because remember, in last week, I was complaining about all these interracial stuff that I
Can you
keep
see it again?
seeing it
I
again.
was just
But
thinking of
this one was kind of like I could kind of see it. I could kind of like this one
sometimes
worked well.
sometimes they have a look. They have a look.
It wasn't even
He got the
necessarily his
look.
look, it was, like, his demeanor. He was like,
He got
"I'm
some
not dating you
fun.
because you're black, and I'm not white trying to act black. I just genuinely love and care for you," and, like, there's, like, this level of goofiness and, like, this level of, like,
He has some
sin
type of person. It's a swag.
yeah, yeah, like, he had, like, a swagger to him that's, like,
Yeah,
very nurturing and, like, very, like, genuine of,
yeah.
like, "I genuinely care for you." Like back to the boss, I don't see color. Like
I was literally thinking
I
that.
don't see color. Like
Right.
he was there because he genuinely loved her.
Wanted
I would have
to
liked to see the younger version of Jack and see how they would have met like back then. Like cuz they only had the flashback and the casting for all
yeah,
the girls. Like you don't see
yeah,
Jack. Like
yeah, at
I
all,
would yeah,
at all.
it would have been nice to see a younger version of Jack.
How'd that happen?
Yes. And then my final thing, which is more of a rant, but
Oh god.
if I'm not mistaken, the fuck all 6 episodes dropped on Thursday.
Mhm,
It had to be maybe Friday night or sometime Saturday. We
mhm.
get an email from Netflix talking about, "Hey, here's the ending explained for His and Hers." And I'm like, "Bro, what are we
Why would you
doing?"
do that?
Obviously, you have to, like, click the link in the email to, like, read it so you can
Yeah,
avoid it.
but
But
why
I'm
would you
like,
not do that?
the
It just
show
dropped.
is the show has only been out for 48 hours.
Right.
You want as many people as possible to watch it, which I think is actually happening because I see a lot of conversation about it
Yeah,
online.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, which that's another point I have to make before I forget. But, why would you I hate this, like, day and age where, like, stuff that's, like, reserved for, "Hey, you need to watch this."
Mhm,
Now it's like, we're just putting it out there because, like, obviously, you have those weirdos that like to spoil shit,
yeah.
but I feel like let the weirdos do that. Don't as a
Don't do it
company
yourself.
yeah, like, don't as a company because you could be
Yeah,
someone like, "Yo, I'm busy Thursday, I'm busy Friday." Then you also have, like, people's attention spans is being sped up because of technology.
yeah,
"Oh, you sent me the email with the details? Alright, let me tap this real quick, read into this. Oh, where this is what y'all did? Alright, I'm cool. I'm
yeah.
good."
I think it's playing into, like, how media for I think about this often, but, whoever controls the media controls the mind,
Mhm.
and how that's, like, really a big, big thing, and, I feel like because Netflix is controlling the media, they're controlling how we already know our attention span is just not as good as it was
Right.
20 years ago. So they're, like, playing into that, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Then yeah, I would have clicked it on it anyway, even if I didn't finish. But I was very shocked and surprised because I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever gotten an email from them with that. Maybe because they saw my, like, viewing history, but
Yeah.
it's like, "Bro, like, the shit is straightforward. I don't
Yeah.
need any sort of explanation.
Yeah.
Mom just told me she was about that life. Like, I don't need an email telling me what happened." Like, that was enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to go through this very quickly, but
Okay.
something else that I did was because well, not obviously, but His and Hers is actually based off of a novel.
Look.
So I wanted to point out things that were different in the show in comparison to the novel.
Okay.
So the victim of the high school assault, which is probably the most significant change in the show, obviously on Anna's 16th birthday, the mean girls, Rachel, Zoe, and Helen, lured Anna and Catherine to the woods. The men attacked Anna while the others watched and filmed it. In the book, it was Catherine who was the victim of the assault. Anna was part of the group of the girls who watched, but she
Mm,
eventually felt guilty and tried to
mm,
help Catherine later, though her initial inaction was what caused the rift. I think that
mm.
was very interesting from that sort of standpoint.
Yeah.
Um, Anna's character and unreliability. In the show, Anna is portrayed as a grieving, sharp, and somewhat icy professional. Her unreliability comes from her trauma and secret keeping. In the book, Anna is much more traditional, unreliable narrator. She's a high functioning alcoholic who
Mm,
suffers from frequent blackouts. This makes the
mm,
reader and Anna herself genuinely wonder if she could have committed the murders during a
mm,
drunken
mm.
stupor. She doesn't remember, which that's an interesting sort of
And
angle.
honestly, that might to see that being played out might have been a little difficult, maybe. I could see that, like, reading a book and, like, oh god, like, being like, "Oh, shit, she did this shit. Like, she blacking out. She don't remember shit." But to play that out, viewing
I
it
think
might
they
be
could
a
have
little
done it.
harder.
I
Yeah, I
think they
think it
could have
could have
done
been
it.
done in a way, but I like how they did it. I do like how they played out everything and told the story.
The relationship with Jack. In the show, Jack and Anna are separated, estranged following the death of their child, and the show focuses on their will they, won't they tension and eventual reconciliation. In the book,
Uh-huh.
their relationship is much darker. Jack is arguably more of a suspect in the book because his anger and questionable behavior are more pronounced. The
Mm.
him and her chapters are designed to make you distrust both of them equally.
Mhm.
I might need to get this book.
Must
Um,
be good.
Catherine and Lex slash Lexi's backstory. In the show, it adds a subplot where Catherine slash Lexi killed her own sister, Andrea, by hiding her inhaler as a child because she was being bullied for her weight. In the book, the specific sister murder backstory is not a major plot point. Catherine is framed as a victim who became a survivor, whereas the show leans harder into making her appear like a potential sociopathic killer to keep the
Yeah,
mystery alive.
yeah.
The role of the mother, Alice. While Alice is the killer in both versions, the way it's handled differs. In the show, the ending is more explicit. Anna finds the letters Alice wrote and definitively learns the truth about her mother's crimes. In the book, the reveal is handled through the anonymous third person narrator, the killer chapters. The ending is slightly more atmospheric and leaves the weight of the legacy of secrets hanging over the family in a more subtle, haunting way. And then lastly, the setting and atmosphere. The show is set in American South, Georgia, leading on the Southern Gothic vibe. The book is set in the UK, primarily in London, in a small
Mm.
village called Blackdown. The British class system and the specific prep school culture of the UK play a larger role in the social dynamics of the book.
You know what? That's true. Cause no cap, no cap, I'm from Georgia. All girls school in a place in a small town, I cannot see that. I can't see that.
Mm.
I can't see that. When I think of Dahlonega, I think of cabins, country, public school. Like, I don't think of a private all-girls school at all. I think that's more like to me, when I think of it, I think it was, like, more of like a city, like big city type of things where you're, like, in an all-girls school. So, that was one thing, I was like, in a Dahlonega, but I guess I'm
I'm
cool
rolling.
with I'm
I'm rolling.
I'm cool with it. You know, maybe something I don't know. I didn't live there, so I don't know. But, yeah, that was actually one thing I was like, I don't know about that."
Yeah. In terms of ratings, I think I gave all 5 episodes a 4, and maybe episode 4 I gave like a 3.5 because I think episode 4 was like the shortest. It was like 30
Yeah.
minutes. But then obviously
You get that
finale,
you gave a 5
perfect,
out of 5.
perfect,
5
perfect.
out of 5.
Because I was not expecting that at all.
I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Um, we reviewed the Beast in Me, and then we did His and Hers. Comparing the 2, what would you say will be is better?
I think his and hers is better because it tries to do more.
Okay.
And because it's like it's leading you across this storyline of like who did it, you
Yeah,
don't really know. Is it Jack? Is it Anna? Is
yeah,
it another party? Is it Clyde? Is it Richard?
yeah,
Whatever. So I think it does that more versus obviously in the Beast in Me, we know it's
yeah,
Niles. And like, does Niles get away with it? Or
yeah,
does I forget Claire Dean's character, does she die not being able to get the truth out there?
yeah.
Um, and I also think the series finale in The Beast in Me, I don't wanna call it flat, but it's kinda like it
It
just
was
ends.
yeah,
There's nothing like there was no build up or anything like that. Like, at
yeah,
least with, His and Hers, we end with episode 5 with Anna going to the cabin with Richard, and then it's like, does she make it out of this? Nobody
yeah,
knows. Does Jack save her? Does Jack get caught up?
yeah,
Does Jack get locked up? Because, we know how the justice system works. Your
yeah.
semen was in that woman. They could have easily just said,
Pinned
"Hey,"
it on him.
and it's
Yeah, he could've
crickets
been
for you.
suspect. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the beast in me is slightly different, but uh I would say His and Hers is better.
I got you. Oh,
You agree?
oh, my
Disagree?
opinion oh, no. I have
I
my
thought
opinion, you have your opinion. No, but I feel like I like The Beast in Me a lot, and I think the biggest part was just, like, kinda holding me down holding me down is the recap. That recap episode in Beast in Me was,
oh
like
yeah, that flashback episode was great TV.
that was, like, like, I need that. Like, I love to see like I said, I'm a very chronological person. So if
Uh-huh.
I can see how we got here in this whole mess of it all, I need that. I love that. Like, I feel like the flashbacks in, His and Hers were good because they were, like, very sparse, like, drop, 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 but I love to see everything as a whole versus drop, drop, drop. Like, I would have
Yeah.
loved to see just like how Beast in Me, where Anna's 16th birthday and, maybe we cut it off where Catherine is at or whatever, and then we flash back again, and then we see the rest of it all, but if I would've seen it like that, I'd probably be like, "Okay, yeah, yeah, you got me," but that
Yeah.
was a great flashback, I would say, into Beast in Me, and that just took the cake for me.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I think that His and Hers did more work
Yeah,
because they gave you more characters to focus on
it was a lot of
versus
characters, definitely a lot
yeah,
of
The
characters. It
Beast
wasn't a
in
lot
Me.
yeah,
Yeah, The
it was
Beast in
great.
Me is primarily a story about Claire Dane's character and Niles, and then
Yeah,
however it plays out.
yeah.
But that was long as shit. So you guys should appreciate this and do the things that we need you to do because we gave you a long ass episode of covering the pit, covering His and Hers. I already mentioned all the shows that we will be covering in the coming
Woo!
weeks. So yeah, so make sure you follow us on socials. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, and then like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. We're on Spotify for both audio and video, even though sometimes I'll be late with the video, but that's different conversation for another day. Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. You can listen to us on your Kindle device as well. And yeah, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Oh, one last thing. I'll be in the comments. I'll be in the comments sometimes. Not really on Instagram. People are very nice on Instagram.
Yeah.
But you TikTokers and you YouTubers,
No
watch your
filter.
fucking mouth.
Woo.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Pew, 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 pew.
I don't even need to respond. I just remove comment.
Child.
That's all I gotta do. That's all I gotta do. I'm
Uncouth.
joking. I'm kidding, of course. Like,
Uncouth.
it's all subjective, but I don't do the back and forth. If we're having a dialogue about something, we can have our stance. I can listen to your stance. But once
Yeah.
it starts getting into like disrespectful shit or like
Yeah.
even, I'm trying to think, like, obviously people felt some type of way about your thoughts when it came to Franklin or
Oh, and
whoever being
ghosts.
villains, Ghost
I
being
knew
villains.
it.
That I feel like there was something else that somebody was commenting on YouTube or whatever. But I'll be seeing the comments. It's like, you know what? Y'all gotta relax. Y'all
People
gotta
love
relax.
that. They love to rage bait you,
Yeah.
child. It's
It's fine. It's fine.
well, nah.
I don't be paying no mind because there's plenty of people who love us and adore us. I've been
Yeah.
sharing the numbers with you. we
Yeah.
we out here. We out
It's
here.
crazy. It's honestly crazy every time I think
We
about
out
it.
here. We
Yeah.
out here. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and tell your friend.
We
Tell your
here.
girl, tell your man, tell
Yeah.
they, tell he, she, whatever. Tell your dog. I don't know. Just put it on, walk out the room. I don't give a fuck what you do. We need all the interactions as possible.
Yeah.
I ain't got no job. So if
Oh.
there was to blow up and I ain't got work no more, listen, I would record every day for y'all if need be. I'll do whatever.
Wake up in the morning, coffee and recording. Boop, boop. I would love that. Yeah.
But that's all we got, and we out of here.
All right. Bye.